What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here with ToyNewsEye.com at New York Toy Fair 2017 at the NECA booth with the Mr. Randy Falk. How are you doing today, Randy?
I'm doing well, thanks.
All right. Now, we have a lot of cool stuff out here. You guys have just been pumping out a lot of product, and we're getting even more things out here that I actually personally didn't expect to see. But I want to start off talking about some of the Predator figures that you have coming out and what we have in store, you know.
Right. So hitting retail right now this week is Series 17, which is the Elder Predator and Serpent Hunter from the video game, and the Youngblood from the AVP Prologue, which is cool. Kind of wraps up our AVP plans as far as Predator goes. And then we have on display, and we announced about 2 weeks ago, our 30th anniversary assortment.
Nice.
This June, Predator turns 30. June of '87 was when it first came out, and we have a whole collection of, we're bringing Dutch back, all 4 versions, a few different versions of the Predators, and we upped the articulation, we retooled them. They have new double elbows, swivel biceps, opening wrist computer, ball jointed torso.
Nice, yes.
And they're in the new window box package with a nice red foil logo treatment and stuff, and those will hit in June.
They'll still have that ankle pivot, of course, yeah?
Oh, yeah, everything before and more, so over
Yeah.
30, so yeah, they turned out real awesome.
That's great. And then there was a Predator throne that you guys had shown on social media?
Yeah, that's very much still in the works. We are debating whether we might do that direct to consumer ourselves, and we're trying to get all the pieces in place to do that worldwide, not just in the US. It's a tougher item to sell at retail just because of the size and the potential price on it. We kind of learned that with the Blade Fighter, the big Kenner ship. So we're thinking we might be better off doing the throne on our own, but the throne's definitely coming. We showed it in New York back in October. We refined it, made it even better. The one we did for New York was pretty quickly thrown together. We just thought it would be a cool display piece. People went nuts for it, so we said, all right, let's actually make this and make it even better. So we'll have an announcement on it, certainly, if not later this spring, definitely before Comic-Con.
Awesome. And then you have a lot of cool alien stuff coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. We have so much. Unfortunately, there's a lot I can't even show you guys yet because Covenant's like on embargo, so I can't show any of that. But we have our Series 11 collection we're offering for pre-order now, and that has a translucent blue Kenner alien. It has Lambert from the very first '79 film, which we hadn't done before, and then it has the Defiance alien from the Dark Horse comics, which is real cool. It's a brand new one. Nice. But we have a whole bunch more. In the spring we have Covenant. Headed late in the summer we have Series 12, which is all Resurrection themed, which we haven't touched on before, which is cool. We're working on more Kenners. We have some exclusives coming. So a whole bunch of cool stuff. And then
on top of that, you have these 2 packs.
My personal favorite, and what I would like to call best in show at New York Comic-Con. New York Toy Fair. These 3 days have been long, forgive me. But yeah, it's the DC Versus thing, which we started with Ali vs. Superman, which has gotten a lot of love, and it's timely with, unfortunately, Ali's passing in the past year. But it's such a historic comic book. It was a cool thing for us to do a Superman like that and the Neil Adams art. And once we got that through, it was like, can we do more things like this? And now it led to this whole DC Dark Horse thing. So we have Batman versus the Alien, and there's like a Joker-style alien. There's armored Batman versus the Predator, and then there's Superman versus the Alien. So it's pretty awesome. That definitely has been blowing up.
Yeah, I have to admire how clever you are and being able to branch out and get these different type of characters out there. I love it, though.
Yeah, thank you.
It's Superman especially. I mean, all 3 of them look great. But
shoot. I appreciate it. It's a cool thing for us because we're fans. I read these comics when they came out when I was in college, so here we are, 20-something years later making the figures. It's crazy. And the other thing is that luckily we have good partners like DC Warner Brothers and Fox and Dark Horse that look at the bigger picture and say, hey, this is something really cool we can bring to the fans. We figure out how to make it work from a business standpoint and a royalty standpoint so everyone's getting their share, and it helps both brands. So all the superhero guys are now exposed to Alien and Predator, and then vice versa. So it's a win-win, and hopefully it'll lead to even more things like it.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Well, one thing I've thought about for myself is I think it was either the AC/DC figures or the Iggy Pop figures. You've done some of these rock and roll action. Are you going to possibly make any more band figures? I think you did a Joey Ramone. I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah, we haven't done any in a while. The only thing we've continued with music was Iron Maiden, because it's more about the mascot and not the performers. It's the imagery of Eddie. And then Weird Al. But Weird Al transcends. First, he's been around 37 years or something like that, and 3 generations of people know and like the parodies, and so and we found that out when we did the Simpsons line. We did Weird Al from the Simpsons, and it was one of the best-selling Simpsons figures. So it was obvious that his fans wanted toys of him. So we're like, all right, let's do more. So that's how we did like the classic Al last fall, and then now doing White and Nerdy. We're working on Fat and a few other things. So we'll definitely keep going with Weird Al. But Weird Al transcends because it's music, it's comedy, it's funny, and it's 80s nostalgia as well as 90s nostalgia, and hell, now even new millennium nostalgia. He
just keeps going.
If you ever go to one of his concerts, you'll see kids there that are like 6 or 7, all the way up to dudes in their like 50s.
Damn, that's awesome. Now we have some new we've seen these quarter scale DC figures before, right? But they're just hitting right now, especially like the Penguin is just coming out.
Penguin came out about a month ago. Catwoman just came out in the last week.
Right.
Yeah, she's the most recent. So yeah, they're doing real well. We had Harley Quinn also last year, and then we're working on the Wonder Woman from the Wonder Woman movie, and we'll have that out later this year, late summer, early fall.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that one. And then we have some new Marvel stuff, of course. I'm really excited about these right here. We have new Captain America.
Civil War Cap, and then that's debuted here. And then we have Doctor Strange, which is real cool. It's gotten a great response. And then we're continuing, apart from feature film, we're continuing the comic book stuff. So we had Deadpool last fall, which was one of our best releases last year. The next one in that comic line is Daredevil, which we have here too.
Yeah, and that looks amazing. I'm stoked.
Thanks.
Was it inspired by a particular artist? It reminds me of Joe Quesada's artwork a little bit. I don't know if
it's a little Quesada and a little Miller, because I'm a big Miller guy, especially the 80s stuff. I grew up reading all that. So we combined elements of both in terms of how we were going to tackle the suit and what's sort of tactical and what's not, and where the armor plates would be and stuff. So it's kind of a mix of the both of them, Quesada and Miller.
Awesome. Yeah. So it's your own unique look at the end of the day, right?
Right.
So it's like you're not just directly cutting and pasting. And
it's kind of neat to see what everyone else does in their interpretation. Sideshow's got one out now in 1/6 scale, and then Mez has one in the 112 line. So everyone did it differently, which is cool. So you pick and choose what you like, and everyone has their own sort of idea or vision of what he should look like. And really, we have the same thing with doing the DC Versus stuff and doing our Batman and Superman. It's like, well, we definitely want to go classic, because none of this new 52 stuff, and we want them to look like they do in the comics, but also pull in some influences from some of our favorite artists that have worked on Batman, whether it's like Neil Adams or Kubert or somebody like that. So it's fun, and then of course the sculptor puts in a little of their own take on it too, but it makes it different. And for me, this is like modern superpowers. This is like the NECA superpowers.
As soon as I saw that, I think that's what it hit the nostalgia spot really hard.
Yeah, it's got the classic look, but all the detail and articulation of today, and then you pair them with these awesome aliens and predators. It's a home run. So I'm real psyched about it.
Yeah, I'm really pumped too, man. And then we have some new Evil Dead. This is like what year is the anniversary? 30th year.
Yeah, next month Evil Dead 2 turns 30. Awesome. So we have this awesome Ultimate 2-pack, which is a new Hero Ash with two new heads. He has 3 interchangeable heads in total. 2 are brand new. New accessories like a Kandarian dagger and a Necronomicon that actually opens and closes. And then the Deadite Ed, which we've never done, but no one's done before. And he comes with 2 heads as well, and fully articulated, a hinged jaw, a head that splits in half. So it's cool.
What's your favorite of the 3 Evil Dead movies?
Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite
Evil
too.
Dead
That's
2.
like most people say Evil Dead 2.
It's where they really hit their stride with that one, and it's so beloved. But it's fun that we get to do a little bit of that in the first half of the year, and then for the fall we'll be back into the TV series, which is awesome. So Ash vs. Evil Dead's done really well. We have our Ash puppet here, and we're about 2/3 way through our next series of those figures, so we'll be definitely showing them at San Diego this summer.
Nice. We have some more quarter scale stuff. We have a Freddy. That's awesome.
So speaking of anniversaries, Dream Warriors is also 30 years old this month. So that Dream Warriors quarter scale Freddy.
Dream Warriors was
The third one.
Yeah. Okay.
The Dokken song and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Dream Warriors, Freddy's up there. He's got swappable chest plates. So you can have the chest of souls or the sweater on his torso. Mm-hmm. 2 different heads. And then we have our Freddy puppet, which is a prop replica from Dream Warriors, and that's the little stop motion sequence where he comes to life and makes the kid walk out on the ledge and jump to his untimely demise. Yeah. So it's fun, man. Freddy, I've loved always, and the fact that we're still cranking on Freddy, that started back in '84 when the first movie came out, and we've done, man, I don't even know, I've lost count, probably 12 different Freddys at least at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I know I don't have all of them, but I have like 3 or 4. So
and it's cool, especially 1 and 3, I think, are the most beloved by the fans, and as far as quality of films, like the original and Dream Warriors are the best ones. To celebrate the Dream Warriors milestone is cool. I remember seeing it in the theater when it came out, and cranking my dock in and everything. George Lynch with the skeleton guitar and all that stuff. So it's good fun.
That's sick. All right. And then we have the quarter scale Ninja Turtles coming out from the movie.
Right.
That's awesome.
Donnie and Raph are out now, and Donnie is topping a lot of the best of 16 lists for people, which is nice to see. Donnie and Deadpool are like, cream of the crop. And Raphael just hit this week, and then we're offering Leo for pre-order now, and then Mikey will be out by the summer. And then we're working on a little bonus pack with baby turtles, which are on display here. So there'll be a forthcoming announcement. It's going to be a set of 2 or a box of 4, or how we're going to do it, what little accessories we're going to give them, how they're going to be packaged. But the baby turtles are coming as well.
I love how you guys are still able to make your mark on that license, because those NECA turtles those are one of the most beloved sets of action figures that are out there, especially for the TMNT line. So seeing you guys still doing
from last
and the arcade stuff was great. So it's like, and then you're doing these as well. It's awesome that you guys are still doing it.
There's a lot of limits to what we can and can't do in terms of it has to be this big or this price, or this can be at convention only. But we're making it work, and we're getting it out there to the fans, and we have something that's as good as it's been. We have something that's even more special for this summer.
We're getting 7-inch movie turtles.
We're not getting those this year. That's 2018, but maybe 18. But I have something for 17 that I think even blows that away. So, and it's a massive offering that we'll know about sometime this spring.
Quarter scale Krang.
You'll have to wait.
So one thing that kind of comes to mind with the quarter scale figures is sometimes I feel like you guys test the water with the quarter scales, and then, or not maybe NECA, but maybe retailers or the other companies that you work with, get the licensing for them. And if they sell really well, then it's like, okay, well then we'll let you sell 7-inch figures. Does it work like that at all?
Not
really. Or is it just figment of my imagination?
Because from the start, what categories and scales you can and can't have in the license. So for turtles, the only thing we can sell at retail is quarter scale. Mm-hmm. Anything else we do has to be convention only, and we knew that from the get-go. So with Marvel, we can only do quarter scale.
Yeah.
And with DC, theoretically, basically, we can only do quarter scale. The exceptions have been these special pairings or mashups like Ali vs. Superman and now the Dark Horse thing. And it's different because we're not selling Superman or Batman individually, we're selling them with something else, like Alien or Predator, and it's a higher price point. So you're talking about 2 figures now where it's like $45 or $50 retail versus like a $20 retail. And so it's special, and it's mostly through specialty channels. We're not selling it to Target or Walmart or anything like that. It's like mom and pops, it's Amazon, it's Diamond, it's Toys R Us, but only in the collector space, not in the kid space,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of rules that have to be followed to make it happen.
Yeah, but it still kind of blows my mind that the passion for making the figures still doesn't just come through the artwork and everything that we're seeing here, but on the business side of it too. Trying to do whatever you can to make what you want to make.
Right.
That's basically what you're going for, right?
It is, and I'll qualify it further as what the fans want to see too. Because we're all fans ourselves, so it's like we know, like, hey, we want this, and we interact with our fan base daily and know, like, hey, we'd love to see that too. Some things are easier to make happen than others, but I'm always hustling and chasing after stuff. It's how we got Arnold for Predator. It's how we got Sigourney Weaver for Alien, and Jeanette Goldstein for Vasquez for Alien, and all the stuff we've been able to accomplish. So, I started working on Superman and Ali last January or February before Ali even passed.
Yeah.
So that's over a year in the works, and in turn, the DC Dark Horse thing was also a year in the works, because there's a lot of pieces of this puzzle to work out, and one license is complicated enough, as anyone else here can tell you. 2 licenses, you got twice the amount of problems or situations that it gets complex, but it's worth the effort.
20-something licenses that you're working with
at once? Yeah, probably right now, because I mean there's stuff here like we're doing Blade Runner. I can't show you. We do have Preacher here, but we have Blade Runner for October, which we can't probably show anything till San Diego. And we have more horror stuff for the fall that we're not showing. We're doing more with Chucky. We're bringing Chucky back. Rocky. Terminator 2 is coming out again in 3D.
Oh, okay.
So we have a quarter scale. We have some vehicles. We have a new 7-inch Arnold here as well. So I mean we're always jamming.
Gremlins. You have new Gremlins stuff coming out.
Yeah, Ultimate Gizmo hits soon, because Ultimate has been a big category for us. So we're doing a Gizmo with swappable faces. And then we have a new Mohawk Gremlin that we're offering here as well. The movie Mohawk with the submachine gun, the Uzi gun and stuff. So
I miss my Mohawk. I had a Mohawk up.
I remember. He used to be up a few inches high.
Yeah. I got tired of it though. After like 3
or 4 hair to here, I got tired of it. So
the brush thing is like doing that all the time. Well, you're probably still using a brush. Your hair looks gorgeous, by the way. So you have to be using brush like
Pantene or Pert. Your hair smells terrific or something. Yeah, thanks.
Wonderful. And then I don't think we're missing it. We have some video game stuff coming out.
Most exciting announced at the show is that we are back in business with Valve. So it's been about a 3-year hiatus there, but we're back with them, and we're doing Team Fortress, finishing up the team. So you'll get the rest of those later this fall for the 10th anniversary of TF2. We're continuing with Blizzard and Heroes of the Storm. So we have some new offerings there: Sylvanas, Raynor, and Thrall. So and I have nothing to show you guys yet, but I can confirm we are doing the new Kratos from the new God of War.
Awesome. Not really familiar with those characters, but I know there's a huge. That's a video game. I don't really play too many video games. I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to the motion sickness.
Yeah, well, I get that a lot of first-person shooter type of stuff. But this is more of a hack and slash. God of War is just badass, and there's been 3 amazing games, a few good portable games too, and they're working on a new PS4 God of War 4 game, which it's going to be sick.
Awesome. All right. And then, so is Preachers your first? Is that your first AMC license that you've done?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Another one.
Yeah, it's cool. I love Garth Ennis's writing, so
Me too.
I read the book as it came out in its original run in the 90s, and then I've read all his stuff like Dix and his Punisher run and everything.
Boys.
Boys, all that raunchy shit. It was cool to see this become a show and see how well, while it's different, it's still faithful, and the show's really crazy,
Yeah, I'm loving it.
I love Cassidy. For me, he's like my favorite one. So to work on it's been awesome, and they've been done for a little while, but we know they're gearing up for the 2nd season, and there's going to be more episodes. So we've kind of held back the release a little bit just to coincide with once it's back on the air and back in front of people, and you see the ads everywhere and the TV commercials and everything like that. So I would expect those to hit sometime around end of April or May, and I think the show is back sometime this spring.
Okay, so following the hype of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just going to help create awareness for the figures, and once the show's back on, and maybe we'll get them in Entertainment Weekly or something like broader. So the core collectors, us, we know about it, but we want John Doe who's sitting at home to be like, oh man, this is cool. I can get a Cassidy with a whiskey bottle, or or Jesse with the coffee can, that kind of thing. Yeah,
awesome. Well, man, I'm excited. Of course, I mean, just so many amazing things that you guys are producing, and I'm really stoked about them.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And I appreciate your time.
No
Thanks,
problem.
you guys. And check out. You're on Twitter like all the time, so you got to follow NECA on Twitter. So if you guys
NECA_toys on Twitter. So for better or worse, I'm always on there. And then we have NECA official on Instagram and Facebook, and then NECA Online is the website.
All right. Yeah. I'll have links in the description below. New York Toy Fair 2017.